Hey guys, it's Ben the Coin Geek at Old Pueblo Coin. You can find us oldpueblocoin.com. TucsonCoinshow.com, third weekend in January, a really fun place to be. And we're going to have a Q&A here today, answering some questions. It feels like it's been a very long time since I've done one of these, and I always enjoy it. So thanks for your comments, questions, remarks, and keep them coming. All right, so Ben Davis says, all right, thank you. My question revolves around the building of a Dansko typeset. I think it's one of the best. I think it is the best grade no matter the date. Others have said to get the rarest of each coin. Best grade you can afford. Question one, what typesets come in? Do you always break them up? Why or why not? Thanks in advance, Ben the type guy. Okay, so I murdered that question. That's the point of it is there's a couple points. First of all, his comment is, do you get the nicest grade possible? Or do you get the rarest date possible when it comes to putting your typeset together? This depends entirely upon how you want to collect. So there's not one right way to collect coins. The common sense kind of historical advice is, well, if you put the rare dates in, you have a better chance of appreciation. And I think that tends to be a very true statement. Versus, so if you just put like a random 1937S Lincoln penny in for your Lincoln pennies, a nice BU coin, that's probably not going to appreciate as much as if you put a nice 14D or a nice 1909 SVDB penny in there. But having said that, your budget helps dictate some of these things as well. If it's out of your reach to put a 55 double die in there and a three-legged buffalo and a 32 DRS quarter, then you just go with the nice BU. And one of the nicest things about putting together a beautiful typeset is you can go super high-end, high eye appeal rather cheaply if you're doing a 20th century, 21st century typeset. If you're going just for common dates, it's a beautiful thing to collect. There's nothing wrong with that at all. I would encourage it. His follow-up, his real question was, when you get those sets in, do you always break them up? Why or why not? So this is kind of a fun nuts and bolts question about what happens when things come into a coin shop. I would say that 99% of the time a typeset will get broken up. Why? When I say broken up, what he's asking is, if someone brings in a typeset and it's in an album, do you sell the album entirely as it is? Usually people have already started a set. They're not really looking for an entire set. It's a very rare buyer that actually wants, hey, give me a full typeset already complete. I just want to buy the thing and be done with it. That happens sometimes, but usually buyers are looking for specific coins. So that typeset's probably going to get broken up. And this is true, I think, of most coin shops that you go to. Now, occasionally, if we get a set in, any set in general, occasionally we'll sell the whole set as a set. We'll put it on eBay as a set, just leave it the same way that it came in. Typesets, a little bit less likely to be able to do that with. But the logic's actually the same for the other sets, which is to say, if someone's really trying to just put together some sets and they only need specific coins, it makes more sense for us to break the set up to move the coins around in other places. All right. Bruce. Love Bruce. Here we go. I really enjoy you to wax philosophic about why people clean coins. I'm sure you could talk about that for hours. When I was a kid, I got silver dollars in my Christmas stocking. I used my mom's silver polish to get them shiny. I thought I had done a great job. What did I know? I was like 8 years old. So, cleaning coins, cleaning and preserving coins and metals. This is a book from the 70s. And so it's really interesting, the question. So actually, when it comes to cleaning coins, of course, that is a verboten thing. You're not supposed to clean coins at all. Why do people clean coins? Why do they want to clean coins? The same reason you wanted to clean a coin when you were 8 was because you wanted the appearance to look different. I mean, that's number one. In the big picture, for people who are collecting more high-end coins, or even not high-end coins, let's put it this way. If you're a collector for a long time and you are somewhat of a curator of coins, you consider yourself to be a caretaker of coins, there is a time and a place to remove things from the surface of coins that are harming the coin itself. So if you're going to use the term cleaning for that, then it's that you're cleaning coins and it's okay, right? But the reality is that in the marketplace, we use the terms conservation, preservation, versus, some of that, it may seem like semantics, but the reality is, for the collecting point of view, you want to go ahead and make sure that you're not doing anything to alter the surface quality. That's how the market is viewed. Now, there was a time and place when actually it was viewed as, hey, you want to use a brush and you want to scrub things off and make it shiny and then lacquer the coin. So you'll see coins with lacquer on it, and that was because there was a point in time when people thought that's the right way to do coins. We want to lacquer it to preserve it. That was before we had slabs. One of the reasons we slab coins, actually, I know this is not what people talk about, but we slab coins to go ahead and actually help preserve them over time. It does what it does. If a coin already has stuff on it, you can't really fix everything. But the reality is that people clean coins mostly to change the look or the eye appeal of a coin. And so sometimes that can become fictitious, nefarious, problematic. People are trying to hide something else that has been done to a coin. So maybe a coin has been altered, and then a really high clean and an artificial tone will possibly help hide the alteration points. And so there are some very nefarious things that get into the whole clean and coin altering area. But to the specific question, people clean coins generally just to change the eye appeal. Either you're getting dirt off of it or you want it shiny. At the end of the day, that's probably the real answer. Okay, let's see here. I recently started collecting ancient coins, and Mark's asking, how do I tell if I get a good price or a fair price for an ancient coin? So this actually works for all coins in all markets. His main comment is that there's not really a price guide per se. And you have to have just enough knowledge to understand if you're comparing apples to apples. That's one. So in other words, with US coins, it's easier to tell when you're looking at a 1932 versus a 1932 Denver quarter. You have to remember to look at the mint mark, but you can tell to look at the mint mark. It's pretty obvious. When it comes to ancient coins, you have to make sure that you're actually looking at the same type of coin. You can't just say, well, I'm looking up at Nero. All Nero denarii are the same price. Well, no, they're not. There's a lot of different reverses to them. It's like saying all US commemoratives are the same price. Oh, it's a US commem. They're all the same price. Well, no, they're not. So you have to understand if you're comparing the item that you're looking at possibly buying with auction results or current sale prices asked from other vendors. So this is where eBay does come in handy. It's not perfect, obviously, but you can look and see at past sale records. Make sure you're looking at things that have actually sold and you compare them. This is actually something you can do with US coins or other auction sites. eBay is easy to mention, but there are other auction sites that people use to try to locate sales prices for coins. I'm assuming with this question, because newer to market, you're not looking at $10,000 coins, and you're probably looking at a lot of stuff that can trade on eBay. Common ancient Roman and Greek coins sell on eBay all day long, and in my opinion, a lot of them sell at a very good price, fair price for the buyer. In other words, I'll see coins sell for $40 or $50, a nice denarius, that if it were certified, it would sell for $120. And so there's actually a really interesting dichotomy here in the current ancient market. So knowing if you get a fair price or not, it really is a matter of doing the sleuthing, doing the work. And to me, that's actually in lots of ways more enjoyable than just having a price guide. I tend to enjoy parts of the marketplace where you have to kind of figure things out, go a little bit with your gut and a little bit with your intellect. Thanks for the question. That's a fun one. All right, is it better to leave a coin in a details holder, Joseph is asking here, Joe, or raw for the future? Leave it like leaving it to your children. Just wanted your opinion. Thanks for your time. All right, so once again, going back to the concept that there's not one right way to collect coins. If you have a coin that's in a detail holder, so what he's saying is, going back to cleaning, it says like XF details cleaned or just something along those lines. Do you leave it in the holder? Well, if you're planning on giving it to kids, leaving it in the holder, there's no real benefit necessarily to cracking it out of the holder. You just leaving it in the holder, it is what it is. If you're putting together a typeset, like I know guys that buy cleaned coins because they know what they're getting. There's no downside. They're like, it's a clean coin. There's no arguing over it being MS67, right? It's cleaned and it's not that expensive. And as long as it doesn't look rough, like they don't look for coins that look like a hubcap that have been polished, right? They're looking for something where the label says cleaned, but the coin still looks decent. And they're going to get it at a better deal. They're going to crack it out and they're going to put it in their type album or one of their other Dansko albums. They're not really buying the coin to keep in the holder. So if the plan is just to give the coins to the kids, just leave it in the holder. But at the same time, plenty of people crack coins out of detail holders for different reasons. Obviously, sometimes people think that the coin itself is worth more or has a better grade than it says it does. But usually if a coin is labeled clean and it's an obvious clean, that's a very different thing than the borderline cleaning that sometimes we see on holders. I would, generally speaking, really look at a coin closely and get a second opinion on it. If you're not sure about what you want to do with it, show another collector or show a dealer and say, hey, how badly has this coin been cleaned? I mean, one of the downsides in the grading market is we don't actually label coins as like cleaned on a scale of 1 to 5, and 5 being like the sun blaring in your eyeballs and 1 being like, this has got a little brightness to it or a couple hairlines. But as a collector, you can learn to see that stuff yourself so that you can just kind of delineate what's more acceptable in the marketplace and what's not. Okay, doubled, 1384. This one had me thinking, so excuse me while I burn some brain calories here. It's unfair to characterize the shunning of Annex as a popularity contest. There's a reason why the market has determined Annex grading to be the least reliable and least respected of the big companies. They've earned the reputation with their work rather than failed at winning a popularity contest. All like charged phrases aside, like I don't want to get involved. Like if you say popularity contest, is this like, you know, what are we talking about now? There's things that become popular and don't, and I use the word popular again, or things that become more accepted in the marketplace than others. And it doesn't necessarily mean the product is better. I think I am taking a little bit of a different view here. I don't think that Annex has earned a reputation as being less reliable. Not in the modern sense. In other words, coins that I've seen come back graded from Annex over the last 2 or 3 years, to me, have been very much so on par with NGC or PCGS as far as grading goes. It just has, like, you know, so it does become a preference. You know, Coke or Pepsi, Ford or Chevy. Like, try to convince a Chevy guy to buy a Ford or a Ford guy to buy a Chevy, right? It's either found on road dead or first on race day. There's not really much in between. Try to get a Honda guy to buy a Toyota or vice versa. I got guys who will only buy PCGS and they swear that everyone else just sucks. And I got people that won't touch a PCGS coin. It's opinion. It really is opinion. And my opinion of Annex is that they grade coins fine. What I try to teach people here is I try to observe what the market is doing. The market is doing what collectors are doing, and dealers to a different extent, but everyone working in the big ecosystem of coins. And so I don't want to call it a popularity contest. I don't think that's really what it is. But I can say that Toyotas are more popular than Hondas based on sales numbers. But that's just data points. Does it mean that a Toyota is a better car than a Honda? Well, of course it does. No, I'm just kidding. Get everyone fired up. But it doesn't actually mean like I can't drive a Honda for 300,000 miles like I can my Toyota, right? That's not what a popularity contest means. Those are just statistics. You can look statistically at who's getting more coins certified. You can look statistically at what coins sell for. And so, but none of those things actually tell you necessarily quality. Like if I look at modern Annex graded coins from the last several years, like I've done a couple videos on recently, I think that they grade coins very well. You know, so what holds them back in the marketplace? That's the things that we can always just talk about and, you know, wax poetic and philosophical. But, you know, I would actually defend Annex when it comes to their overall grading. You know, there's plenty of coin channels out there probably that people watch and they're like, great, why doesn't anyone watch this coin channel? You know, they're great, right? There's all kinds of things in life. There's your little restaurant that you love that's great. And they do, you know, 1/8 of the business that McDonald's does. Does that mean McDonald's is better? No, that's just a hard pass on that comparison. So anyways, I really appreciate comments like that help me kind of think about things. I don't know that I just use the term popularity contest. All I can say is that certain things trade more frequently than others. Certain companies are used more frequently than others. And I don't think that Annex has earned a position as just being less reliable. From what I can tell from looking at the results with my eyes. But hey, this is the great thing about it. There's not one right way to do it. We got our opinions. We can all still be friends and play in the same sandbox together. All right, guys. Thanks so much for everything. I hope to see some of you at coin shows down the road in the future. Keep looking at the updates on the community page here. So if you go to the Coin Geek YouTube channel, and then you can look, there's a community tab you can click on. Usually I'll kind of update there where and when I'll be places. Hopefully get out to the East Coast one of these days. We'll figure it all out. We also have membership levels. That's just kind of a little bit of a hat tip and support for us. We do put some extra videos out if you click on the Abraham Lincoln icon when it pops up at the end of videos. Also, for those of you who don't like the interview videos, I appreciate those of you who watch them anyways, just to help out with the algorithm. I would love to talk to some people at YouTube that will actually make changes. I give them feedback all the time, but it's all electronic. And I would love to explain to them that when they don't show my videos to my own subscribers, they're hurting themselves and also the channel. And it's just kind of a silly thing, but that's another philosophy point for another day. All right, guys, thanks so much for watching. I'm Ben the Coin Geek. You can subscribe by clicking on the owl button in the corner and watch more videos on the right side of the screen. Thanks.